Oh yes, my legends, how is everybody doing? Let's analyze the situation here for the price of Bitcoin. I got an interesting chart here for you. I want to be discussing the 𝗫 top indicator and explaining to you how we are very far away in hitting the top here for Bitcoin. We'll be going through the different, hang on a second, let me just double check here. If I am live, guys, let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. Yes. Seems like we're all good here. Yes, we are live. Can you hear me? Can you see me, guys? Let me just double check. Yes, we are live. Legends, make sure to destroy the like button. I've got an interesting chart here for you that I want to discuss. It is a bit of a higher time frame perspective. We're going to be discussing the lower time frames for Bitcoin as well eventually. However, I want to talk about the higher time frame, guys. This has been a massive indicator throughout the previous bull runs, always detecting the top of the cycle or being very close to the top, guys. And we need to understand that we are still very far away from the top and that we should be topping above $125,000 at least. Okay, so any pullbacks to the downside are just going to be pullbacks. It will not mean that this is the top, that we're going to enter a bear market. This has been an extremely accurate indicator. You must know about this. It is the 𝗫 top indicator. Matter of fact, it has predicted the bottom as well. There is the 𝗫 bottom indicator, which has predicted the bottoms as well for each single bear market. And this is basically some moving averages. Once they get close together, right? Once they stick together, that means that the top is very close in being in. And we can see those moving averages are still very separated. And we always get above the green moving average here in this case. As you can see here on the cycle, okay, this cycle right over here, which was back in 2013-14, it actually predicted both of the tops, right? We got this one right over here in 2013. You know, we can see how they glue together those moving averages. Here, the same thing. So you got two tops. And I remember this one on the previous cycle. It was extremely accurate, right? We had a distribution event, right? Where we had those three peaks. We had a broken of structure, right? A break of structure. We're very much aware of that top here based on the Wyckoff distribution, the 𝗫 top indicator. This was the moment that I sold 25% of my entire crypto portfolio that I was accumulating throughout 2018 and 2020. I should have sold more. Absolutely, yes. I did ride 70% of that portfolio to the downside and start buying again, obviously, throughout the bear market of 2022 and part of 2023. But what I'm going to tell you about this indicator is that we are very far away in hitting the top, guys. You can see those moving averages are very separated. We are not even close in getting them close to, getting them glued together, right? And we've always peaked above the moving averages. We've always peaked above that moving average, as you can see. Now the moving average is sitting around about $130,000 as we speak. So the price should be able to get above $130,000. Then potentially, right, whatever happens here, once the moving averages start getting together, right, being 150,000, 180,000, we're going to have to really consider that the top could be in for Bitcoin, right? Or very close to. We're going to go through the Bitcoin technical analysis on the lower time frames, okay? Try and understand this price action. I know there is the altcoins that are actually moving ever so slightly to the downside. That is because of the Bitcoin dominance, all right? We're getting a bit of a bounce throughout the last few days on the Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin a little bit sideways, all-time highs, very choppy price action. There is fear in the market right now that the price of Bitcoin is ready to top out and get a severe correction, right? Sweep up all of this uptrend momentum, right? This is the classic kind of price action that you see that devastating candle to the downside, okay? To the downside of $10,000 or $15,000. It's that kind of choppy price action. We're going to focus on the lower time frames, right? As day traders and scalpers, we're going to analyze levels that we would be interested for a long position or even for a short position, okay? Short positions are not going to be too easy. I'm not really that interested in a short until we actually break the all-time high. So shorts are going to be a little bit complex. If the price were to start dropping down, hitting certain levels, it will be looking quite bearish, okay? There is some invalidation points if we were to cross in the next 1 to 2 days, that this will be a confirmation that we're actually going to go to lower levels. If we do cross this pivot, I will be explaining with the technical analysis why that is a reason. Now, if we do maintain this area, we have a high chance that we could actually be hitting all-time high. And if we reject from that all-time high, I would be very much interested in a much larger pullback. There is some technical analysis that I want to go in detail here, explaining the waves, the different scenarios, mainly focusing on Elliott wave theory, the confluence levels that need to hold, all right, and the invalidation levels for the bullish case and the invalidation for bullish case continuation, right? Bullish case continuation, which would be basically failing to continue to the upside here with a big rejection. For me, this would be a top for a potential fifth wave, and then we are going to start correcting very aggressively, okay? So I'm going to explain the short scenario on higher time frames that I would be interested, more of a swing trade. It might be a, a couple of days of a trading setup, and also the interest into some long positions, all right, or confirmation of bearishness, all right, and then look for the price to continue to the downside. There is several scenarios, several levels, all right, that can be traded with very good risk management, and I'm going to explain them throughout this live stream. We'll be going through some altcoins, of course. Altcoins still continuing to the downside, right, as Bitcoin dominance continues up. Lots of altcoins getting that pullback after the bounce that we had after Monday's drop, right? Some of them are even testing the lows. If we do go to 𝗕𝗶𝘆 network, for example, already testing those lows from last week, from Monday, right? We got the bounce. Looks like we're forming a bit of a zigzag. This is not the moment that I'm going to panic sell, without a doubt, okay? I just believe that we are forming a little bit of a wedgie structure. This scenario was very much explained throughout the previous streams. Hey, there is a possibility in coming down and testing the Monday lows. This is a moment to reaccumulate, guys. Nobody likes the corrections, especially on altcoins. Was this it? Oh my goodness, if Bitcoin does get a pullback in the coming days, well, shouldn't altcoins actually go to lower levels? It's low leverage swing trading or accumulation, okay? The pullbacks will get a bounce, guys, entering into 2025. We're very close to Christmas, right? Holidays, people are taking profits, people are not trading that much, not much volatility on the price of Bitcoin. But today, we do have some news, guys. Today, we do have the interest rate decision, okay? We also have the FOMC meeting, FOMC economic projections, Fed press conference. There will be some volatility very likely here throughout tonight. This is in round about 5 hours from now, guys. So you want to be cautious, right? Trading throughout these, this news event, interest rate decision, economic projections, Fed press conference, okay? Might be boring, not much going on, but you want to be aware with your trading without a doubt at that time. Let's go right away. 600 people watching the stream. Absolutely epic, guys. We'll be going through the price of Bitcoin most importantly. First of all, comment section. I think comment section eventually. Say hello to the beautiful community. But I want to focus on what is happening throughout this range, all right? We ain't going to zoom out, right? We ain't going to zoom out and talk about major levels. We want to focus on what's happened the last few weeks and the last few days, right? The last few days, try and understand if we lose certain levels, it will look very bearish. If we do maintain those levels, we're still pretty bullish, looking for another new high, all right? We're basically bouncing at a crucial zone. I'm going to explain a few scenarios. And I would be actually interested in a short position if we reject aggressively from the all-time high that was created yesterday, okay? Now, a lot of people might think this is it, right? this is it. We're going to be bearish. This uptrend momentum, I mean, this is ready for that massive, you know, bearish candle to absolutely rip, drop over $10,000, $15,000, start sweeping here some lows. This is the classic price action that you do have before a major correction, right? A very poor ascending channel with very poor higher highs, right? That just ends up sweeping up all of those higher lows. You know, there is that possibility without a doubt, even though if we do claim all-time highs again. So this is why double tops, you know, they are definitely in this range, an acceptable option. Now, let's go quickly through the comment section. Let's, before we explain a little bit of what's happened here throughout this momentum and this last little move that we've had throughout the last week, okay? Try and explain this momentum, this wave. Does it look impulsive? What are the invalidation levels that would be bearish? And what are the zones that need to bounce, which we are very much close to, for this to get another leg to the upside? And I will explain, of course, that shorting setup, okay? There are some longs, there are some short setups that I want to explain in today's live stream. Make sure to destroy the like button. I would like to see the liquidity, of course, as well. We want to take the liquidity into consideration. If we do have a lot of liquidity at all-time highs, well, could there be a possibility that we are going to go up there and sweep that liquidity? Lots of liquidity beneath us. Is there a chance to hit all-time high again? There is a little bit of news that I want to go through, guys. Very interesting news. We'll jump into some altcoins. Let's dive through the comment section first of all, and then we'll go through the Bitcoin technical analysis, guys. Okay, I'm going to try and keep it organized. I want to jump as well again to the pi cycle indicator. This is an awesome higher time frame indicator. I think it has to be one of the most legit higher time frame indicators to predict, right, or to find out where the top of Bitcoin could be, right, if it is in or not, right? Also for the bottoms, this was a great indicator for the previous cycle, which, you know, we had the pi cycle top here, but we ended up with a double top with another all-time high. But yeah, basically the $60,000 range, 65K, right, was the top really, even though we had a rally in October, November of 2021. But it actually predicted the bottom as well very nicely, okay? Very nicely predicting the bottom here in this range of $20,000 to $15,000 with that pi cycle bottom indicator. Comment section, let's go. Hello everybody, how is everybody doing? No moderators today for the moment. They'll be jumping in later on, not to worry. Controlling the comment section. Alessio, you need to take some other photo. Your thumbnail looks all the same. Yeah, I know. There is other. You're damn right. You know what? I'm going to take a few more photos and change the thumbnail. Okay, I will do that for you. If you want me to, if you want my thumbnails to be another photo, we can do that. We can plan that. Sup legends, I'm in New Zealand. I'll watch much as my eyes will let me. I wish you could stream earlier than 2:30 a.m. What time is FOMC announcement? Pretty sure it'll be out for the count by then though. Yeah, the FOMC economic projections and also the interest rate decision is at 11 p.m. UAE time, which is around about 5 hours and 10 minutes from now. Okay, so just stay cautious. There could be some volatility. We do not know. We don't know what kind of volatility will it be. Will it be a massive pump, a massive dump on the price of Bitcoin? We just need to be very cautious trading at that moment, especially if you're scalping and day trading. Alts are doing great, says Bill. Yeah, some alts. I mean, if you've been buying through, you know, September, October, part of November, and not buying the pump that we had in November, right, then eventually you're doing well, right? I'm doing still very well, still and most of the altcoins are still in profits regarding spot bags. Even some swing longs. There is a long position right now in the red, which is Flux. I do believe that Flux is going to manage to find a pretty nice bounce at some point. Okay, I want to talk about Flux a little bit throughout this stream as well. But overall, most of the spot bags are in the green, the ones that we've been buying throughout the last few months. We were very much aware of buying this pump throughout multiple altcoins, okay? Some of them are doing well, such as 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽. I mean, 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽 has had an epic bounce as well the last week after the drop. Some altcoins are doing great, depending on which ones you have. Mark M, yo, Dippin, Oriel, Ezo, Rochelle, Dan, Cameo, Andy, my man, Anaxi, Manda, how are you doing? Ali, Psycho, I am Asian, let's go. Yes, we are live, baby, says DJ Arab Money. Absolutely epic. How are you doing? Jafar, Shane King, Andy from Australia. When you get a chance, can you take a look at Supra? We can take a look at the altcoins later on. MR Tate, how FLT views, please. We can do that later on, okay? We'll save the altcoins for about 20-30 minutes from now, okay? I want to focus on the Bitcoin technical analysis because Bitcoin is the leader of the market, okay? We do not want Bitcoin dropping here aggressively in the next coming days, guys. This will really put a lot of pressure on the altcoins and getting a major drop, okay? Could be invalidating some bullish scenarios that we do have for the altcoins. And this structure does not look nice at all, guys. It does not look nice on Bitcoin. I really believe that if the price were to bounce in this area, even though if we do bounce, this kind of movement, I mean, there's only one extreme bullish case scenario after this kind of price action that we formed throughout the last few weeks, okay, where we had a zigzag right over here, we had another zigzag right over here, and then we formed, you know, we were talking about this for many days. We formed a very, very interesting triangle structure, okay, very interesting triangle structure. You could arguably discuss something like this, where we had, you know, on lower time frames, a zigzag here, a zigzag here, a zigzag here. We knew that we were going to be ranging here based on this movement, and we managed to hit all-time high. We managed to grind here to the upside, but very, very complex. You got small three wave here, small three wave right there. This could have been a ABCDE in a triangle and a WXY. Very difficult corrective structure to understand based on Elliott wave theory. Hard to detect what could be next. But then we had this momentum to the upside. So, you know, from these lows right there, this is where the initial move started to take all-time highs. All of this is just a very choppy, complex corrective move. Okay, there's no clear impulse, there's no clear corrections. It's just a very, very complex corrective move since we created this all-time high right over here. We've got three wave, a triangle, and then the price moves up. So we need to understand what is happening from this pivot, right? This momentum, right? What could happen next? So far, we have a little bit of a three-wave move to the upside. Okay, so what other scenarios do we have here on the price of Bitcoin based on this low? The analysis is going to be focused from this low right over here. Okay, why? Because we do know from this pivot, all-time high, all of this has just been a complex correction. All right, and we come to the conclusion that we have a three-wave here, a three-wave right over here, and then this choppiness forming a bit of a triangle right there. And then we got some nice steam here to the upside. So coming to that conclusion from this pivot low, we have different scenarios if we are going to maintain, you know, an impulse to the upside, or are we going to correct down very aggressively? We do have some invalidation pivots, all right, and also some levels that need to hold nicely as support. Now, from this pivot low, we're going to zoom in on the 1 hourly time frame or the 30-minute time frame. All right, doesn't really matter. I like the 30 minutes. 30-minute is very, very classic to analyze a little bit of what's happened the last few days. And from this low right over here, from the movement to the upside, because remember, we are looking at this as a triangle structure, very volatile, very choppy, three wave, and very small three waves here and another small three wave down here to complete that level. And we could arguably discuss that the impulse move, right, this movement to the upside starts from this pivot. Now, from this pivot, we can clearly count 5 waves from this pivot. So far, so good. 5-wave move up. Now, the question is here, right, this could be the end of that corrective structure. We got a little bit of a very choppy zigzag and the C wave very small right there. Okay, and then we have the next move to the upside. Okay, so we can clearly see, right, what I want to do is really zoom in. When I'm confused of the price action, what I want to do is cross certain scenarios, right? A lot of people might zoom out and be very confused with the waves and the different scenarios. My goodness, where we at? Well, we need to cross the different corrections, right? So we crossed all of this because we analyzed that, yeah, this was been a very complex correction move. And the next leg to the upside is what we really want to focus on, especially as scalpers and day traders. We don't want to start thinking about this pivot, what happened here. We already know it was a complex correction move, and we want to focus right now as a scalper and a day trader from this pivot low, right? Where we can clearly count the scenarios. We're zooming in here on the price of Bitcoin, and from this start right there, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got the correction right over here. And here is where it gets interesting, right? You can count this as a first wave 1 right over here, right? Got, initial impulse right there. You got your wave 2. Now we'll be counting the wave 3 and 4 in just a second, right? So we got from this correction, impulse, correction, perfect. Now we got this next leg to the upside, a wave 1 and a wave 2. That is pretty clear. You got the low, you got the high, you got the low right there. So you got an initial wave here to the upside. What comes next is eventually another massive move, arguably discuss. You can count that as a 3 wave, and this zigzag, right, which we did long right there. Okay, I was looking for ever so slightly lower levels, but Aiden was providing the lower time frame waves and scenario in the Legends trading community, saying this could be the end of this zigzag, and we're looking for the highs to be claimed again. All right, giving that option in the Legends trading community to jump into that long position just a couple of days ago, right, where we can clearly see that correction right over there. This could have been the end of the correction. Nice, beautiful 3-wave corrective structure. This was exactly this movement right over here. Understanding that we are moving impulsively, we moved down in a zigzag 3-wave structure ABC. We've got like nice support here from the previous all-time high on Bitcoin. We're looking for the bounce. So we did get that bounce. We can take this as a wave 4. Now it's where it comes interesting, right? Now it's where it comes very, now it looks very, very interesting right over here, because we can see this movement to the upside. We could tick that as a wave 5. We can tick that. We got 3 peaks, right over here. So we have the possibility, and this is one scenario, guys. Okay, so bear with me here. We could tick that scenario as a wave 3. We could tick it as a wave 3. The main reason why, because we can count on the lower time frames from the last couple of days, right? A 5-wave move up. Now the question is, has this been a flat right over here? Has this been a flat move? When we take a look at the Fibonacci extension from this pivot high to the pivot low to this pivot high, I mean, it would be a very extensive flat, I have to say. Most commonly in a flat, you would hit, an expanding flat, the 1.618. This one came actually to the 2-to-1. So it would be, it's not invalidated, but it's rare to see such an expanding flat right like this. But it's possible, right? So now is when we speculate, could this be the end of the 4th wave and we're going to get a 5th wave? This is the bullish case scenario, right, on the lower time frames. Now, eventually, you do not want to overlap this wave 1 area. Price should not hit this zone. When we do take a look at Fibonacci from the pivot low to the pivot high, that is exactly where the golden pocket is. So 382 and 50% is where that wave 4 should finish, not hitting the 618 golden pocket from this pivot low, and you're overlapping the wave 1 as well. So that is the moment that for this scenario, it's not going to be looking too great. I mean, this could have been the low right there. Something interesting about this move. All right, something interesting about this move. Oh, sorry about that. Something interesting about that move right over here that we had today, right in between yesterday and today, is we were talking about this on the live stream. Very difficult. You could form a lower high here. You could claim the highs, come back down. But overall, we did come to the downside, breaking certain, small little local support levels. But this movement that we had, we hit the 1.618 extension, right? When we do take a look at the all-time high from yesterday, the lower high and this movement down, we did hit the 1.618 extension, right? And this is kind of classic for a wave 3. I'll be going through the lower time frames here. I will be going through the lower time frames because in this speculative ABC flat, to finish that higher time frame wave 4 that I've been explaining, in a C wave, which would be this one in the flat, right? We have 5 waves, right? We want 5 waves, and we can really just count 3 waves here. I mean, there could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here on the lower time frames where you have a low, you have a small bounce, and then another low. It doesn't look too great. Most commonly, this would be a much better structure if we take out this low right now. If we come down in the next coming hours, which, it does look like we could do that. It does look like we could do that because of the 1, 2, 3 hitting the 1.618 extension. You got this bounce hitting the ultimate limit zone for that wave 4, which is 50%. Yeah, 50% Fibonacci. Yeah. Yeah, without a doubt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is definitely possible. I would be very much interested in a double bottom here, just because you'll be completing a 5-wave structure. If that were to be the case, if we were to take that low, we're rejecting from the 50% 382 Fibonacci. We are not hitting the golden pocket, which would be already overlapping this pivot. That would be extremely bullish, okay? If the price in the next coming hours hits the golden pocket, this will look like a finished structure, and that we are likely going to be going to higher levels, okay? So the correction that happens after hitting the golden pocket is going to be very interesting if we were to retrace, to look for a long position, because then what we're looking at here is the higher time frame 5th wave, right, from the last few days. So we've counted here the possibility of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corrective move right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finishing that 3rd wave, the flat scenario, right, which could have bottomed out here, already hitting 50%, right, not overlapping this wave 1, perfect. It's like the limit zone. This was actually an acceptable long position because you swept up this low, this higher low right over here, and you hit the 1.618 extension from the all-time high of yesterday, right? You got the movement down, lower high, 1.618 extension, sweeping up the low, giving you a little bit of an aggressive long, but very much acceptable long, right? Stop loss, give or take. Your stop loss should be this pivot because you don't want to overlap, right? Just a stop loss around about this area, and you're speculating for new all-time highs. So, yeah, I mean, that was an acceptable long without a doubt right there. I had some long positions. I've been adding to a long position just to maximize a bit of profits. We've got an entry point here, which is, very high. But this is a trade that I already had from, the last few, even over a week ago. And just, adding, taking profits, taking profits, not because I entered a trade here. When we zoom in throughout this, there's just so many different scenarios. When we talk about this local internal scenario, right, we got 1, 2, 3. I mean, the local bearish case scenario is getting topped out here. If we top out here, which is where we need to top based on that all-time high of yesterday, movement down, lower high, this is really the topping zone. You do not want to hit this pivot low or the golden pocket because that will invalidate that impulse to the downside. This will be looking quite bullish to claim new all-time highs for Bitcoin to finish that higher time frame wave 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we get up there, eventually any new long positions, this was an acceptable level to long, and you can already be quite defensive with your stop loss close to break even. However, we're going to create some plans here, right? What would be the next plan? What would be the next trading setup? Because if I longed here based on this SFP 1.618 extension, looking for a bounce, looking for the price to actually recover from this correction, what if the price stops me out close to break even, right, after this SFP? You know, is there a possible long? And I have to say, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because we could still speculate that after this third wave on an ABC flat, that we've formed only 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is going to be the fifth wave. And a C wave, you want 5 waves. I mean, yes, if it bounces from here and starts moving to the upside, we'll have to speculate that there was a fifth wave here on the lower time frames, very shallow, and, you know, preferably you would want to, you know, this is looking more symmetrical, right? If you were to basically top out here, it would be looking more symmetrical. So there is a plan of sweeping up the low, and we have some pretty nice confluence in this zone. We don't really want to, for this very bullish scenario on the lower time frames, we do not want to hit this pivot at 102,500. The main reason why is because, you know, this will invalidate this scenario that I'm talking about. So if we sweep up this low, we got a very interesting level. We do have a very interesting level, which is a naked point of control. When we do go to the session volume profile, make sure to destroy the like button, guys. We're going in detail here. This is like, we really wanted to focus. There's been a couple of live streams where we've ditched Bitcoin, go through altcoins, but we want to focus on Bitcoin to try and analyze the scenarios, okay? I want to ask the community before. I want to ask the people, apart from smashing up that like button, guys, make sure to destroy the like button. Super chat. Yeah, no worries. Hey, Jason, we are focusing on Bitcoin. I can't just suddenly flip to the super chat and leave the Bitcoin analysis in the middle, okay? Seems like alts are bleeding to BTC right now. When BTC next leg goes to 120 and 130K, hoping strong alts will get again outperform BTC. Thoughts? Much love. 100%, my man. There's a little bit, the main correction is because of the Bitcoin dominance. When we go to the lower time frames on the Bitcoin dominance, we've been getting a bounce here throughout the last few days, okay? This, I don't think there's going to be strong momentum on the Bitcoin dominance to go back above 60%, right? This is going to top out at some point. When we take a look at this chart, you know, there is that explanation that, come on, 2025 will be looking pretty good. The 4-year cycle is to follow. We actually dropped before entering into 2025. This is uncommon based on the previous cycles. So we're front running the cycles, okay? We had to have this kind of bounce, a little bit of a, you know, movement down on altcoins. Everything is still in play, all right? No quick 10, 20Xs are happening in crypto. It does take a few months, you know, remain patient, guys. This is the year that we are entering in where we are going to see some multiple gains, okay? We have been seeing good gains throughout November. December's been a bit choppy. Not to worry, guys. This is a matter of being patient, seriously. So when we do, yeah, thanks for the super chat, my man. I mean, that's the answer to that. Without a doubt, with Bitcoin getting that leg to the upside, we are going to see some alts picking up. It's just... I have major analysis throughout different altcoins. Chainlink, I mean, Chainlink, you know, we were discussing Chainlink here in this zone, guys. We're going to get this leg to the upside, head up above $30. We're looking for that wave 3. We are in the formation, right? Chainlink has been one of my main altcoin analysis throughout the last few months. And it's like, you know, it's going to happen. It's, you know, remain patient, of course. Chainlink is very far away. I wouldn't mind Chainlink getting a bit more of a pullback, guys. We need those pullbacks after these major rallies, okay? Not to worry. The pullbacks will bounce, no matter if it's 20 or 30% pullback, all right? Not to worry. Pullbacks in a bull run is healthy. It's natural. It's what we want to see. Anyway, going back to the Bitcoin analysis. because I got a few setups and a few scenarios, guys. We want to trade based on plans, right? Based on certain levels that we have ready on the chart, and different scenarios and different projections. So when we do take a look at this scenario that I was mentioning, say that we do come back down and claim that low. I don't like every single high or every single low for a swing failure pattern, but I do like this local double bottom from today, right? Get that movement down in the recovery and the bounce, just because we have the potential of finishing a fifth wave here, okay? If we do come down here, we do have a naked point of control, which is slightly beneath the low. We front runned it. This was from last Sunday's price action. High volume node after this choppiness, and this comes perfect into claiming that low. Okay, this comes perfect in claiming that low, and this is a scalp day trade scenario that could end up claiming all-time highs. It is a possibility, right? That is if we were to get the leg down, and there is an explanation based on the waves that I've just done on the micro count, so you can understand why this could be a flat. The main reason, because from this pivot on the third wave, you already have 5 waves. So this could definitely be a flat. It's very confusing when you see this. Too many peaks, too many. But when you micro count it, you have the possibility of that scenario. And on this latest move down, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in a C wave, in a flat or in a zigzag, whatever, it doesn't matter. You want 5 waves. So it does make sense. If you do claim that low again beneath $103,000, I really want to see the reaction. If we slice through the level, then there's no long to be taken, right? I need that low to be created so I can speculate on the long. I'm not going to long down here. I'm going to long slightly above. You never see me longing, the ultimate low. It's because you're trying to catch the bottom, right? That is not my case. You will never see me catching a major low. Never, ever. If you see me in this kind of trade, you will see me in a long position in this area after the recovery from that low based on this analysis. So you need to remain patient for the reaction and the recovery above the naked point of control or above this low. Because if you slice through, I ain't going to long here. Because it might just slice through and go to lower levels, right? And a falling knife. I don't know. But I know based on the analysis, if we do get that reaction and recovery, I know that we could form that double bottom here. So the overall plan is after hitting this level on the recovery is where we want to jump in. Not against the train, right? If a train comes against you, you don't want to put yourself in front of the train, right? Because you might get smashed. You want to wait for the train to stop and start reversing to the other side, and then you can jump into the train, right? Right? That would be a simple explanation for a 5-year-old, right? But it makes sense, right? Anything that comes against you, you don't want to, try and push, right? What comes against you. You want that reaction and recovery, and where you are jumping in is on the reaction recovery zone, and your stop loss is beneath that low where the price has stopped. So this applies to this level based on the analysis. If we were to come down to this level, we have a 5-wave move down on the slightly higher time frames from the last few days. This could be a flat structure. We could still have one more wave to the upside to claim new all-time highs in between today and tomorrow. So if that leg happens to the downside, this is how I will react to this level. And you want to set some alerts right down here and wait to see how this price action, whatever it does, if it were to come down, to wait for that reaction and jump into the long. And you're at least looking for these highs of today to be claimed as a take profit 1. Take profit 2 would be all-time high, but you would be taking some profits, most of profits, give or take 50%. Obviously, your stop loss is already, you're in a defensive zone, right? You're not getting stopped out at a loss. So that would be a little bit of a plan here for this scenario. Now, let's talk about some other scenarios, okay? This is one of them. This is one of them. Other scenario, and this means eventually, okay, if this were to play out, let's continue with this scenario. If we roll down here to claim the lows, we get the bounce, and this bounce does manage, okay, or even a double bottom, guys. It doesn't matter. We don't need to hit the naked point of control. We could just ever so slightly tap it. And if we were to bounce here from this level in a 5-wave structure, or a 5-wave structure right now, I would be interested in a failed breakout swing failure pattern for then a larger correction in the next coming days. I don't think this movement to the upside, if it is going to happen, is going to take us to $120,000, $130,000, right? We're going to top out. We have very choppy higher highs throughout the last few weeks. I do believe that it also will be a kind of a double top scenario, and then we get the pullback. So I will be interested in that short trade, just purely based on the waves that we have formed throughout the last few days. There is a chance that this could have been the end of the wave 4. So if we do bounce from here, and we claim the highs, I'm still interested in that scenario, right? Where we form 5 waves up here and then we reject very aggressively. You either look for the short or look for the bounce, something similar to yesterday, right? Where you kind of have a back test, you get the rejection from the highs, okay, and you either jump in very aggressively as you reject with stop loss at the high, or you wait for that bounce to speculate again in a lower high, which are very, very difficult, but you can look for that back test of the all-time high and jump in, right? So if we were to move like this, you either jump here into the short on the rejection, not against it, with the price moving down. You want to go with the price, not against it. And on this bounce, you could, eventually speculate on that next leg down in a 3rd wave, because you will be completing a 5-wave move up. So that's a little bit of the if this were to play out, that's the kind of movements that I would like to trade. Okay, the levels that I would like to trade. Guys, remember, if you are interested in trading, we do have multiple exchanges. My favorite one being Bybit. Of course, there is 𝗬𝗫xe, there is Weeks and Bluffin. They just require an email and a password. On Weeks, you got $20,000 deposit bonus. This is a highly liquid market, okay? You have email and a password and you're signing up. Bluffin has a great bonus for the community right now, which is a $100,000 deposit bonus, okay? You need to deposit and trade a lot to be getting these kind of airdrops, all right? Got the links down below, guys, in the description. Check them out for Weeks and Bluffin, which is just an email and a password, and you're signing up, legends. So let's continue here with the Bitcoin analysis. I know a lot of people are here for Bitcoin, okay? We want Bitcoin, and then we can focus on some altcoins. Altcoins are still in some great areas on this pullback for low leverage swing longs. I have a strategy, which is if we claim those lows on the longs that I have from the Monday drop, I'm going to be adding to the position if we double bottom from that level, okay? It's just simple. It's boring. Liquidation is very far away. I do expect the altcoins to bounce significantly in the next coming weeks. So it's a low leverage swing long trade that is going to last several weeks, okay? Regarding Bitcoin locally, let's focus. What if this was the low, right? It could be the low, because if the price does suddenly recover here throughout the next coming hours and we're heading to new all-time high, like I mentioned, I'm interested in the double top. I would be interested in a short to come back down to sweep up the lows, right? I don't see any big pressure on this wave 5. The most bullish case scenario that there is, all right, which could happen, I'm only interested in a short if we double top, and so I can manage my risk with the stop loss above the high of the wick, right? If I enter here and I put my stop loss here and the price just rips through, then I'm getting stopped out. I'm not holding a short. I'm not adding to the short. I get stopped out based on the strategy, right? The most bullish case scenario is eventually you've finished this complex corrective wave that we mentioned the last few weeks, right? Where we formed that triangle right over here in that WXY right over here. So you got the W, you got the X, and you got the Y in the triangle right there. And now you started this move. The most bullish case scenario is you're actually pumping here in a 1, 2, 1, 2, and then the price absolutely rockets. Now, this second 1, 2 that should be inside of a higher time frame wave 3 is longer than the first wave 1 and 2, right? From higher time frame. You know, you would want to see the second 1, 2 something like this, right? Much smaller in time and also in price action, not longer, okay, than the first 1, 2. So there is low probability in this happening, but you would have to come to that conclusion if we smash through all-time high and start heading to $120,000, that the conclusion is that you formed a 1, 2, 1, 2, and this is the third wave, and you're just going to absolutely rip, right? So we'll just have to go with that theory if that were to happen. Now, this double 1, 2, about this double 1, 2 scenario, this could retrace to lower levels because the invalidation of the 1, 2 is actually crossing through the first 1, 2. So you could still form a higher low here and start ripping, right? However, we want to know what are the best levels, right? Because I am ready with a trading plan if we were to roll down from this pivot, from this zone, and hit this low, right? Or hit the lows right there and form a little bit of a double bottom, hit the naked point of control and get a reaction. I have a plan right over here. But what if the price rolls down and rips and crosses down here very aggressively? Do I have a level where the price could bounce? Absolutely yes. There's a weekly naked point of control, okay? When we go to the weekly time frame on the chart, in the case of Bybit, it would be very similar on Binance as well, depending on, you know, what chart you do your analysis. When you take a look here at this weekly candle, the fixed volume profile, you have the highest volume node from the previous week. Now, what is interesting about the previous week highest volume node is that you do have the previous week open. Previous week open is very near, right? Give or take $100, $150. So previous week open and the weekly naked point of control from last week, right, is sitting right over there. Now, not only we do have these levels, we also have a daily level. When we go to the daily time frame, we do have that daily open, okay, close and open right there. This is exactly where we have the weekly naked point of control. So this is a solid level of confluence. Weekly naked point of control, daily level, and it's basically where the previous week opened. So yeah, it's without a doubt a solid level. Okay, it's without a doubt a solid level down there. If we do smash through these levels, it's a bouncing zone regardless of whatever happens next. It is a bouncing level. It is a level where the price should get a reaction and should get a significant bounce. The situation here regarding new traders is this the long to take us to new all-time highs? But I have to say, this is we need to start being very, very cautious with this scenario, because this could not be a double 1, 2, right? Because, you know, this is an unlikely scenario just because the second 1, 2 is extremely long in time. However, the reaction is there. The bounce could happen. You know, will you be ready to take profits on the bounce if you bounce, you know, $1,500? Because I'm interested in a scalp. I'm interested in getting in. If we make a 2.5, 3 to 1 risk to reward, I'm going to be taking most of the profits, and I might leave a small position just in case the price does break through and starts recovering. But it is a bouncing level regardless, right? Weekly naked point of control. It's the naked point of control from previous week. We have the daily level, and we also have the previous week open, right? Previous week open is ever so slightly below, right? When we go to the previous week and previous month levels, it's around that area. Regardless, you know, I am looking for a bounce here. So there's an alert set here at this level if this level fails for an instant bounce. Only interested in this scenarios. If you randomly jump into a trade, either a short or a long with no plans, the price will go against you. You will not know where to close. You don't know where to take profits, or I don't know. You need to have trading plans, guys, on where to enter your trade. Which levels are you interested in entering a trade and putting your stop loss? First of all, why are you entering? And where are you putting your stop loss so you can manage your risk so you don't lose too much of your capital? Guys, you need to think like this, because if you don't think like this and you don't execute like this, it's just a matter of time till you get wrecked. You're going to get into a few good trades, but you need to have a trading plan without a doubt. So, you know, this level is without a doubt a good level. Okay, if you move down there, smash through those levels, this is the one that I want the reaction. And the same applies to this level. The moment the price is beneath the level, I'm not interested in taking that long. The moment the price hits the level and gets a reaction, recovers above it, is where I'm looking for that instant bounce. Okay, in this case, I will be targeting the VWAP. I will be targeting here the naked point of control from this range, even though if it's not support, it could be resistance, right? This support zone to act as resistance. You're looking for a significant bounce right there. There is an empty gap of confluence, so I'm looking for a bounce of 1,500, you know, 1,000 to 1,500. Very realistic zone to get that bounce here. This would be my first take profit zone, around about 100,000 to 102,600, 700 is where I would already collect some profits from this zone, from this reaction level. More scenarios. I mean, more locally, this is what I got. If we were to start breaking down from here very aggressively, and we claim this low right there, just let's imagine that the price, no reaction at these levels whatsoever, and it slices through, okay? Then if we do claim this low right there, I do see the price going to much lower levels. Of course, it could swing failure pattern from this low and get a significant bounce, but this bounce, if it were to happen, right, I'm looking for the price to actually continue to the downside, because this will no longer look bullish, right? You lost the structure, you lost this major higher low to continue the impulsive move to the upside, and you're basically losing the crucial level that needs to hold. That is if you're speculating on a double 1-2, right, to then form 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 to the upside. So that's a little bit of the levels here regarding Bitcoin, guys. We need to go level to level. We might be trading for the next couple of days in this zone still. If we talk about higher time frames, it's going to be boring. We have lower time frame levels, different scenarios that we are interested in, and those are the ones, guys. The plans have been explained. If the price bounces from here or takes out the low and comes up, if we move in a 5-wave structure, I am interested in shorting the rejection from all-time high, because I will see this as a possibility of 5 waves finishing, right, in an impulse, and we're looking for a larger correction move. Interested in the shorts on the rejection. Longs that are interesting for a new scalp, right, that could happen today or tomorrow, is local double bottom, maybe naked point of control. If we recover from it, if we slice through, the next major level is the weekly naked point of control, the daily, and basically the previous week open. If we take a look at Fibonacci from this pivot low to the pivot high, that is where we do have the 7-8 Fibonacci, and that would be kind of the ultimate zone to speculate on a wave 1, 2, 1, 2, right? You don't want that wave 2 to cross the 7-8 Fibonacci hitting the 0.88, because that really decreases the probability that this is actually going to get a bounce. Okay, once you start breaking down in the zone, you know, you can forget about it. So the reaction has to happen for us to step in as traders. Make sure to destroy the like button if you like the technical analysis, the confluence zones, how to get in, how to protect your position, how to manage risk, guys. This is a day trading and scalping channel. We talk about different plans and scenarios regarding the waves, okay, and validations. This is what we do best, guys, on the channel. The channel has been grown on purely Bitcoin technical analysis and Bitcoin trading. Smash up the like button if you enjoy it. We have been distracted throughout the last 1 to 2 months, even slightly more, based on altcoins, because we know that altcoins have been popping. We've been getting into some major opportunities, and we have been focusing on altcoins and making you understand that, yes, we are going to be entering into 2025 in the next couple of weeks, and we are expecting major altcoin pumps. Well, we've already had major altcoin pumps, but we are greedy. We want more. Based on the analysis, it does look like that continuation into 2025 is the most likely scenario. PRQ still popping off. Don't tell me that. Let's take a look here at some altcoins right away. Why not? PRQ is still popping off. This is one of our... No! I actually bought a significant bag of PRQ. There it is, guys. One of our altcoins that we did talk about in a live stream. And a few live streams throughout 1 to 2 weeks ago, right? 1 to 2 weeks ago, guys. This was the zone to get in on PRQ. Whoever's in PRQ is making some pretty interesting profits, right? Already making a 2x. PRQ levels was the 11-12 cent zone, right? Mentioned the last 1 to 2 weeks, already making a 2x, guys. It's just a matter of being patient. We're detecting here this ascending triangle, double bottom if you wish. This is going to pop. It is creating this choppiness. When you create this choppiness at a high, all right, then we have Layer AI that just got one attempt and got a major pullback. Layer AI is slightly in the red for me in this case, but many in the green, guys. Most of them are in the green, right? You're going to pick up 10 altcoins and maybe one is not going to perform, or two, and you might hold it for unrealized profits, right? Unrealized losses, sorry, for maybe a couple of weeks. It happens. We cannot choose 20 altcoins and expect the 20 of them to be in the green, which most of them have done, right? But yeah, PRQ is absolutely popping. I haven't checked PRQ throughout the last few days, but it was one of our coins from the last 2 weeks, okay, before we got this major breakout. We actually got a pretty decent pullback. So PRQ doing pretty damn good. Acro pulled back, buying opportunity, good project, says Lickem. Let's take a look at that one right away. Whoever got into PRQ based on the analysis a few weeks ago, absolute legends, guys. You are making some pretty decent profits. Well, basically a 2x, right? Basically a 2x, doubling your money. I have to check here. I actually haven't got PRQ. The one that is looking interesting is 𝗬𝗨 Network, guys. 𝗬𝗨 Network, major pullback, okay? Major pullback, and it's almost coming to the buying zone. I mean, PRQ, we were talking about it at the 10-11 cent zone, all right? Well, you know, for many weeks here, many weeks before we got this leg to the upside, it's pulling back pretty aggressively. I still hold my PRQ. I actually have it here on the exchange. Still have my PRQ. Sorry, not PRQ. My 𝗬𝗨 Network tokens. This one's got a major pullback. Still in the profits. Would say that this is actually getting near a buying zone. You know, it's coming back to retest that neckline. This is going to bounce at some point. So if you are considering a reaccumulation here at the 12-13 cent level, I would say it's not a bad zone. It's not a bad zone. We had a massive multi-monthly accumulation. Any pullbacks after a considerable long accumulation, right? Look at this right over here. It's the best example that I could give you based on 𝗬𝗨 Network, which is basically, you know, these highs right there, right, from this range. You got a lot of choppiness, a lot of attempts in breaking out these local highs that failed. But once you got the solid breakout, you come straight back down to retest, you know, those highs from this massive range. Big breakout on 𝗲𝗏 network, big pullback, instant bounce from the neckline, legends. And this is something very, very similar that I do see happening right over here. I don't see a major successful breakdown from this area. It could get choppy, it could get, you know, a little bit volatile, but this would be the re-entry zone in the case of 𝗲𝗏 network. 𝗲𝗏 network can be traded on Bybit. 𝗲𝗏 network can be traded on Bybit. Make sure to sign up with the link down below, guys, because you do get that $500 airdrop once you sign up, guys. If you can't trade on Bybit, we also have weeks and bluffing, great bonuses there, and you just need an email and a password. I know a lot of people are, you know, very much want to trade in one of these exchanges, right, where you just need an email and a password, right? Bluffing and weeks, guys, are great alternatives from Bybit and other ones. You got an insane bonus down below. So 𝗲𝗏 network just got a big pullback. This is why we do not talk about buying, guys, when we break out. We never do. We never do, right? We would talk about accumulation levels before the breakout. Once we break out, we hold, right? In the case of spot buying or small leverage long positions, right? However, on 𝗲𝗏 network, we got the pullback right now. This pullback with a zigzag is where you want to start being interested in a reaccumulation. I do, guys. It's a matter of time. This is going to take out the March highs, okay? It's going to take them out. Will it be next month? Will it be in a few weeks? Will it be in February? It's going to happen. We just need to remain patient. Let's go through the comment section. First of all, let's see how many like buttons, how many likes we do have, how many people have smashed the like button. Colin, thanks for the £10, my man. Much love to you. Acro getting a pullback. We need to take a look at these altcoins from the comment section, guys. The Bitcoin technical analysis for anybody that is joining right now, the live stream has been mentioned. The first 30 minutes of the stream, if you want to go and take a look at that, first 30 minutes is based on the Bitcoin technical analysis locally, levels that could bounce, levels that could reject, guys, explaining the waves, Fibonacci, all with an explanation, all with a potential trading setup. Check out the first 30 minutes, guys. We are a trading channel. We talk about the plans, the different scenarios based on the analysis. If you want to see Bitcoin, the first 30 minutes is focused on Bitcoin. Let's go right away through 𝗖𝗏𝗆. I do have, oh my goodness, what's happened to this one? I actually have a small bag of 𝗖𝗏𝗆 somewhere in the dust. It's not even 0.2% of the portfolio. I remember buying a bag of this. It's there in the dust. My goodness, what happened to this? Something not good happening. There's some news happening. There's always going to be one of those altcoins, guys. The risk of altcoins is there without a doubt. Big volatile moves on this one. What the heck happened to this? I mean, this is an extremely small market cap. Oh, wait, hang on a second. Hang on a second, because this is, oh yeah, it is this one. 𝗖𝗏𝗆. It is this one, yes. 002. Yeah, it is this one. It seems like they rebranded or they changed the logo here on CoinGecko. But it is this one. Major collapse on the price. I have no idea why this has happened. Maybe some liquidity issue, I don't know, but this is a severe drop. This is definitely a severe, major severe drop. Very volatile, low cap coin. Not really that much into this, the fundamentals and the roadmap of this crypto, okay? But we did get a breakout and it just absolutely collapsed here. You know, there is always risk on the low cap coins. So would I consider this a buying zone? It's a bit of a falling knife. I mean, let's see if it bottoms out here. Could it be a V-shaped recovery happening? I mean, take this with a grain of salt, legends, but, you know, it's a bit of a falling knife. I mean, if it tests the lows of the bear market, then, you know, maybe it can swing failure pattern. That would be like the ultimate level. Kind of almost tested the lows. Not quite. take it with a grain of salt. It seems like they must have had a liquidity issue or something here. Do you think 𝗬𝚗𝗃 has a chance to recover? Wow, let's take a look at this right away. Which one is this one? We can take a look at 𝗬𝚗𝗃. For the super chats, guys. Super chats have priority. We need to take a look at the super chats. Cannot only ignore them, okay? 𝗬𝚗𝗃, right? 𝗬𝚗𝗃. Is this... I have no idea what this is. 𝗬𝚗𝗃. D-Race, DG. Is this the one? There was another racing one. There was another racing project. Was it named? Have they rebranded? Horse racing project, 𝗬𝚗𝗃. I think this one was with NFTs and all of that. Kind of a betting. Is it a betting project? We ain't going to do the research, but let's take a look at the chart for this. Why not? Zerk. It is listed throughout multiple exchanges. 𝗬𝚗𝗃. My goodness. This one. There was a big hype on this one throughout the previous bull run. Eventually, can this one recover? I mean, all of these NFT, different gaming projects, there's going to be so many that are just not going to recover, guys. You need to be very selective with solid projects. I'm not sure if this one has a great roadmap, if they're active. Partnerships, I'm not too sure about it, if I'm honest, based on the fundamentals. If you are believing that this one will get a recovery because it's an awesome project, I mean, it is at the bear market lows, right? So, I mean, based on an accumulation perspective, be careful with trading this. I mean, if you want to buy and hold, this would be the moment to do so, right? This would be the moment to accumulate, because this could be an accumulation range. Will it recover or not in the next coming months? You know, this is the $1 million question, right? I'm not too sure if it's a broken project. I'll leave that for you to speculate and do your research. You know, is the roadmap looking solid? You know, what are their plans into 2025 and partnerships? Based on the chart, I mean, this would be the moment that you would want to accumulate, right? Not the pumps. You know, when you have the selling pressure getting exhausted at rock bottom levels, you know, it's the zone that you would want to consider accumulating, right? So let's see how many likes we do have. Thoughts on 𝗖𝗿𝘆 and PRQ, please. Lots of respect, man. Beyond PRQ was one of our degen cryptos to buy the last couple of weeks. No thoughts on this. This is heading up to the March highs. Could it struggle and front run the March highs to be hit? We bought at lower levels. Eventually, right now, I would say we do not want to buy. This is like buying 𝗬𝗨 network with the pump and it retraced aggressively. Still looking for this one to hit March highs as a take profit one zone. I would actually take my initial investment out and leave a moon bag, right? Just like I did with Constellation DAG. Lots that I haven't managed to take profits just yet, right? Or at least take my initial investment out, such as ICP, Avalanche, 𝗬𝗨 network, all of these different ones. Cadena as well, getting a pretty sharp pullback without hitting that March highs. Lots of them are in the profits, and I haven't, but I haven't taken profits because we haven't hit the March highs, and some of them are getting a pullback. Okay, so PRQ, looking for the highs of March to take my initial investment out and leave a moon bag for the bull run. 𝗖𝗿𝘆. Let's take a look at 𝗖𝗿𝘆 here right away, guys. Let's try and keep the super chats for one crypto, guys. Come on, don't push it too much. I really want to focus on other comment section, okay? I just sold 30% of PRQ, says 𝗕𝗶𝗴𝗫, absolute legend. 𝗕𝗶𝗴𝗫, absolute legend. Yeah, why not? You know, if you can take some profits, take some of your initial investment out. You know, we've got a massive buying zone on PRQ. Down at the 11 cent, 12 cent zone, right? Around about that area, I think, if I'm not mistaken, before we got that breakout. And now I'm doing almost a 2x, which is, you know, goody, guys. Good. But 𝗖𝗿𝘆, yeah, I mean, this one would be very interesting if it were to claim those lows from the Monday drop. That would be the moment that I would be, you know, quite interested in scooping up some, right? Especially if we form that kind of double bottom, you're retesting that resistance support flip. I think 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽 is a pretty solid project. I do recognize the name. We would be looking for that wedgie structure. We are in a corrective move throughout the last couple of weeks on most of the altcoins. This correction will eventually find support, guys, and we'll get a bounce. Okay, so the initial strategy here would be claim those lows from last Monday. Okay, and once you recover above them would be your interest zone. All right, to speculate on the recovery. Okay, keeping it pretty simple. FLT mate, please, says MR Tate, Mr. Tate. FLT. Let's take a look at FLT. Is that Flamingo Finance? What is this one? FLT. FLT Fluence. FLT getting a major move down. Liberty Square up. FLT. Let's take a look at this one on the chart. I have no idea what this is. Like most of the cryptos, it is on Bybit, Gate.io. Fluence. Let's take a look at this one. See what's going on. Major pullback as well. Lots of them are coming down to that Monday drop low. Okay, lots of them are coming down to this low. The issue with these altcoins, guys, is the issue with these altcoins is we do not know how strongly they are fundamentally, right? We can see Acropolis getting a major collapse out of nowhere, right? There must have been something must have happened. So stay cautious with. I have no idea about this crypto project. There's absolute no idea of this one right over here. Fluence Network. Based on the chart, what we want to see is those previous Monday lows being tested and recover above them. All right. So you're basically looking for that liquidity grab, test of the lows and recovery. Then, you know, we will be forming a kind of a wedgie structure. I mean, this is what we want to see, right? Correction. People are bored. What's going on? Altcoins are bleeding. And then, altcoins are recovering. Game on. Altcoin season, right? Bull market. Don't be so fearful on these corrections, but what I would want to see is a recovery from these lows eventually to start believing that, okay, we got the drop, we got the liquidity grab, you know, this could be ready for that breakout based on this zigzag. So just keeping it really simple in a nutshell here. Some coins such as ACRO and BLZ have been delisted on Binance and others, so that's a main reason why Binance will delist, okay, Acropolis. So there we have some news here provided from the community. Absolutely epic, guys. This is the main reason why Acropolis got that big correction of over 50% throughout the hey brother, can you take a look at Chainlink? Absolutely. Let's take a look at Chainlink. Of course, one of my biggest holdings, Chainlink, in my portfolio, which is performing incredibly well, guys. My average entry zone for Chainlink has been in between the $6-7 throughout this bear market. I did not even buy more Chainlink here. I was considering buying more Chainlink, but my first Chainlink was bought at $1.60 in 2019 in this area. Reaccumulated like crazy here, understanding the charts, in massive profits right now on Chainlink, and I haven't sold a single Chainlink yet, but I think I will consider selling Chainlink ever so slightly below all-time high. I mean, I would really be happy with Chainlink profits right now if I sold 50% of my bag, but I'm gonna hold on. If I sold 50% of my Chainlink, then, you know, the profits are insane, but I'm gonna hold on, guys. I did hold Chainlink from here to here to here, and obviously no panic selling, no selling at a small profit. I accumulated here. Anybody that is a legit follower knows about Chainlink, guys. This is the moment to buy, right? I was a pest of saying, guys, I am buying Chainlink in this accumulation zone like a maniac. And it's paying off big time right now. But I'm going to hold on a little bit longer. I do believe the altcoin season is you know, has to continue into 2025. And Chainlink being one of the strongest Oracle solution for blockchain is, you know, we have to see higher levels on Chainlink. I mean, I do have a projection on Chainlink. I am really considering taking some profits on Chainlink at the 618 Fibonacci from this move, which is at $36, $37. I would be very tempted in already taking some profits. Chainlink looks very good. We're still inside the initial third wave here. Very much predictable when we formed this consolidation. This red box here was the buying zone. The last opportunity, guys. We were saying throughout this accumulation on Chainlink back in part of 22 and 23, we knew about this first wave 1 and that we're going to find the second and last opportunity. Whoever's the legit follower from the last few months or last couple of years very much understands, right, what I'm talking about right now. This is going to be the second and last opportunity in this bull run to buy at the low levels based on a wave 2. Regarding accumulation perspective, there's no buying on Chainlink at this zone. Without a doubt, this would be extremely dangerous to buy Chainlink here, even though I think there's higher levels to come, but it's just not a buy accumulation area, right? We do not want to buy on spot here. We already been buying throughout the last few years, and I couldn't stress that enough, right? It's just like PRQ. I would say PRQ is sitting at, was it 20 cents right now? 21 cent. We talked about PRQ buying zone at 12 cent, 13 cent. Now it's not a time to buy on spot, okay? We're very, very clear on where to buy spot and where not to buy, okay? This is not a buying spot zone for Chainlink. Regarding the technical analysis on Chainlink, trying to understand the waves and what could happen next, little bit skeptical on this move. 1 2 1 2. Yeah, I think we're going to get another leg up here to finish the wave 3, because what I do see from this low is a double 1 2 1 2, and then you have the 1 2 3 4 5 finishing this third wave. Yeah, it looks like that we're going to form a higher low at some point and form another 4 5. And even another 4 5, because you've formed multiple 1 2s 1 2s 1 2 and another 1 2 here, so you finish that third wave. Yeah, it looks like that we could see some multiple higher lows here and continue to the upside on Chainlink. So the invalidation on Chainlink in this case, I don't think we're actually going to drop down beneath these lows on Chainlink. So the higher low should be formed in between. Yeah, I do see Chainlink getting a possible bounce at the 50% Fibonacci if we do not bounce from the 382. So 50% Fibonacci not hitting the golden pocket would be the zone that I would be speculating that Chainlink is going to get a bounce in this area. Just because of a multiple 4-5, 4-5 and heading up to finish that, to complete this third wave, because we haven't completed this third wave in my opinion on the higher time frame on Chainlink. You know, I'm very much confident that we are going to hit that 1.618 in the coming weeks. Which is coming all the way up to $36, $37. So I'm expecting another 4-5, 4-5 to actually come up here to this zone based on this parabolic move. And there's multiple 1-2s here, 1 2 1 2 1 2. So you're still developing that impulse in that third wave still in this area. So still bullish on Chainlink. It's done incredibly well. Dog to the moon. Let's take a look. Aloha, Andy. I'm here, hopefully, to hear good news. Valerie, much love to you. XRP predictions. Oh, that is a very good question. I don't do much analysis on XRP, I have to be honest. Valerie, if you want to take a look at the Bitcoin technical analysis and different scenarios, the first 30 minutes of the stream are focused on Bitcoin. Now we're just flip-flopping into some different altcoins. But, you know, this latest question right now, a little bit of chatting and answering questions, taking a look at some altcoins. XRP price prediction. Pooh. I'm not the best guy to ask this, guys. I've never been an XRP fan myself. But we mentioned the possibility of an extreme bullish case scenario, which I should have the chart here somewhere on XRP based on the triangle, right? Based on that massive triangle on the logarithmic chart, saying, you know, what if this has been a macro bear market on XRP, that we are formed a very large, you know, A, B, C, D, E right there, triangle on the logarithmic. And this has been one cycle on XRP, and then we're having this cycle happening for XRP. To give you realistic targets, I would say above all-time high, start taking profits. Start collecting profits. 10%, another 10%, another 10%. You know, it's going to, for XRP to go to $20, it would be a $1 trillion market cap, right? It seems unreal that XRP could be a $1 trillion market cap. So I would say XRP to $20, I think it has no chance. I think there's no chance on XRP hitting $20. If it's not peaking out here, I would say it would peak out in between all-time high and $10 max. Okay? I mean, it's only a 2-3x from here. So there's many other altcoins that are going to give you much returns than XRP. XRP to $20, it seems like unrealistic. That would be a $1 trillion market cap, right? If I'm not mistaken. I mean, let me just double check here. I think it's over 100 billion right now market cap on XRP. So $20 sounds unrealistic. You know, $1 trillion market cap for XRP. No, guys, it's just unlikely to happen. At least in this cycle in the coming years, it's just not going to happen. So the gain potential on XRP is very low, guys. Max 2-3x. You know, could it scratch $10 maybe as a blow off top? Even $10 sounds very unreal. So I would say it will manage to hit the all-time high from 2017. Start thinking in collecting profits if you've been buying XRP the last few months. Yeah, it's unreal to believe that XRP will go to $20 or even higher eventually. If I don't believe it's going to hit $20, then let's forget, you know, XRP at $50 and any of those crazy price targets, because you would need over $1 trillion market cap, and that is just, there's not enough money and enough speculators to put into XRP. I mean, it's just not going to happen. Okay, let's leave it real here. It's not going to happen. I'm pretty confident to say that XRP to get above $20, it's just not going to happen, guys. This year, next year, or in 2 years, you would need over $1 trillion market cap, which is absolutely insane. I don't think it's going to happen. So that's my point of view. In between all-time high and $10 would be the peak, without a doubt, for XRP. So just collect the profits as you move higher. Why are alts dumping? Well, the main reason why alts are dumping, we got in Bitcoin dumping ever so slightly. Bitcoin is dropping ever so slightly, and the Bitcoin dominance is also pumping. Not also dumping, also pumping, right? Bitcoin dominance. This is the worst recipe for altcoins, okay? We are living the worst recipe right now, which Bitcoin is ranging, and it looks like it could get a major pullback. And come on, man, XRP to 589. Bart Simpson said so. Says Tony Rosas. Yeah, this is unlikely, okay? Very, very unlikely for XRP. So we got the worst recipe for altcoins, which is Bitcoin dropping locally right now since the all-time high of yesterday, right? Small little drop of a few $1,000s. And the Bitcoin dominance actually in that uptrend momentum. Matter of fact, we have the Bitcoin dominance, you know, pumping throughout the last few hours, right? So yeah, it's not good. This is not good for altcoins. Bitcoin dominance moving to the upside as Bitcoin's dropping. No bueno for altcoins. No good in the short term. Okay, so let's go right away. Acro is crashing at the moment. Yes, it is. Acropolis. We have Acropolis being delisted from Binance, right? It's going to be delisted, and it's taking the hit. It's taking the hit. Acropolis. We do know that. Oh yeah, very bad, guys. For some altcoins, you know, this ain't a good altcoin season, right? For some altcoins, they are just dying. If we do take a look at Waves, though, Waves was delisted a few months ago from Binance, and it did manage to recover quite nicely. Okay, this candlestick coming down close to the previous bear market lows, but I mean, at least in these bear market lows, this was the delisting of Waves on Binance. This happened exactly in June. Waves delisted on Binance, eventually getting to the bear market lows, consolidating. This would have been a speculative accumulation zone. So if this were to happen to Acropolis, right? If this were to happen to Acropolis, where you are basically coming down to the bear market lows and you consolidate in this range beneath the bear market lows, then you can assume that this is what could happen, right? Get another recovery pump. So I would remain patient. I don't see any V-shape happening. I think it's just going to end the selling pressure, and then you're going to bottom out at some stage and then get the recovery. So you need to wait a few weeks for this to actually, because this might go to zero, right? So we want to see the selling pressure getting exhausted after the delisting. And this exactly happened to Waves. Was considering buying Waves after the delisting on Binance, forming this bottom formation. And I mean, this did a 2.5x, like many altcoins, right, throughout November. But it was the moment to say, okay, delisted on Binance, bear market lows, consolidation. You wanna speculate on the selling pressures got exhausted after that bad news. So you want to see that on Acropolis as well. I mean, Acropolis, I think they can be bought. There's multiple exchanges also on Acropolis. This is an accumulation, right? Investing flip perspective, right? Just if you want to learn, right, on 37% down in the last 24 hours. If you wanted to learn on that scenario, Binance is getting delisted, but it's available on multiple exchanges, multiple different ones: KuCoin, BingX, 𝗖𝗄𝗄𝗽. Remember, guys, 𝗖𝗄𝗄𝗽, you do have also a great bonus down below. Bybit for me is my favorite. You also have Weeks and Bluffin with the biggest bonus that you can get, and this just requires an email and a password. All of those people that can't trade on other exchanges, this is your great alternative. Either Bluffin or Weeks, they are very solid exchanges that you can trade hundreds of altcoins, and you get a very good exclusive bonus signing up with the links down below in the description, either for Weeks or for Bluffin. There's hundreds of altcoins that you can trade there. Can PRQ go to 50 cents? We're getting some people that did buy PRQ the last few weeks that we mentioned. Realistically, we have to say, start considering taking some profits at the March highs, okay? At least your initial investment. Whoever bought PRQ the last couple of weeks that we mentioned it, congratulations. I mean, it is doing a 2x approximately from those buying zones, guys. If you don't buy now, don't buy here eventually, right? We're getting lots of altcoins that are actually missing out on hitting March highs and getting a pullback. Now we're going to consider reaccumulating, right? We're reaccumulating. I will get a live stream getting ready for reaccumulation on spot or for swing long positions, guys. So make sure to subscribe to the channel because I will be getting a bunch of altcoins with this pullback. We're getting the fear, the ones that stick around and pay attention, just like PRQ, just like many altcoins that we were buying the bottom. This retracement is an opportunity zone. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. For tomorrow, I will be getting 4 or 5 different altcoins, either for a swing long opportunity, right? Detecting the zones and the reaccumulation area that we want to be interested in. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, sign up to the exchanges, get ready for some swing long setups, guys. You got these exchanges with great bonuses with a link down below, because we are going to be ready, guys. We are not fearful with this dip. We are not, we need to analyze very carefully Bitcoin the next coming days, because Bitcoin could be on the possibility of a larger pullback in the next coming days, which altcoins will take a significant hit. Okay, we know that, especially if Bitcoin dominance goes up, but it will be opportunity zone. Everything is on track here. Looking at the total crypto market cap, guys, the Bitcoin dominance, everything is in play. All right, everything is in play. Make sure to have solid coins, make sure to have some degen ones, right? And make sure to have some mid cap, also good projects, right? Such as PRQ. I think PRQ is an awesome project. We are seeing PRQ getting a really nice move up throughout the last few days. So everything points out that we are going to see that epic altcoin season, guys, regardless. All right, we front running the previous cycles. Still haven't even entered 2025. January, February are going to be some very interesting months ahead. Great live stream, bring the education. 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽, my man, shout out to you. I'm sure 𝗬𝗍𝘆 is going to be going live in the next coming hours at some point. Shout out to you, 𝗬𝗍𝘆, guys. If you do not know who 𝗬𝗍𝘆 is, it is this sexy man right over here. All right, I'm going to be pinning his YouTube channel in the comment section if you want that pure education, technical analysis on Bitcoin and many different altcoins. Go and check out 𝗬𝗍𝘆. He is in the pinned comment, guys. He's an absolute master. He's also a coach in the Legends trading community, providing live streams in different scenarios every single day. If you want to join the Legends, guys, that is where you get the alpha every single day. We've got Aiden here providing the different scenarios, right? Beautiful long position here from the last couple of days. And also a short trading setup from yesterday. Really, really nice. Entry zones played out beautifully, guys. Legends trading community. First link down below. And you also have the education modules to learn how to trade yourself, right? Technical analysis from basic to advanced if you are interested to take your trading to the next level. Anybody that was not paying attention at the beginning of the stream, maybe some people joining, guys, we are very far away in the market peak, okay, for Bitcoin. This has to be the most accurate indicator to predict the peak of Bitcoin, okay? That is the 𝗫𝗫 top indicator. It has also been predicting the bottom. All right, let's take a look at the 𝗫𝗫 bottom indicator as well, because oh, it's got the top and bottom as well combined. 𝗫𝗫 bottom indicator, we'll pull that on the chart as well. Let's see if it loads up, guys. The 𝗫𝗫 top and bottom indicator. Crazy. It was a little bit off here in 2022 because we had the FTX collapse, right? Which did bring, but it was, if you were accumulating here anyway, it doesn't matter. It predicted really nicely the bottom here back in 2018 in December. Right on track. I remember seeing this one on the top of the cycle of 2021, right? We did claim another all-time high, but it was a double top, right? So yeah, you could say that was pretty accurate right there throughout April, May in 2021. And the one right over here also, except that we did have one more dip based on the FTX collapse, right, in November of 2022. But really accurate, guys. And the moving averages on the 𝗫𝗫 top indicator are basically very far away and coming close together, right? You need those moving averages coming together, all right, on the 𝗫𝗫 top indicator. As you can see, the moving averages come close together, and when they touch together, right, is where this signal pops out. I remember seeing this signal popping out here, and people 100K, this, that, the other. We were very much aware that this could be a local top on Bitcoin based on the, Wyckoff distribution event, 𝗖𝗍 top indicator. There was many signs saying that this could have been the top. And that's when I sold 25% of my entire crypto portfolio, except for Chainlink, which I should have sold more, but profits are profits. Anyway, so we're very far away from coming close together here on the 𝗖𝗍 indicator moving averages, right? And we never have peaked throughout the last cycles below the moving averages. We always peak above the moving averages, as you can see. And the moving average right now is at $130,000. So that is telling us that the peak will likely come above $130,000 in the next coming months. Could extend to 150, 180. Very, very likely. Legends, I'm going to wrap it up for this live stream. Thank you very much for joining. Smash up that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We'll be doing an altcoin review for some swing trade scenarios and also getting ready for some spot buys. Because I do believe, even though we're correcting right now, we're bleeding, doesn't matter. We are in some great positions. We've been buying extremely low throughout September and October. Just enjoy the pullback. And we'll be discussing the different scenarios that could happen on some good altcoins for some swing long positions or some spot accumulation. Thank you, everybody, and I will see you in the next one.